Hi, welcome back to It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen. If you're new to the show, please subscribe. Also, I do have secret podcasts that I have on Patreon, so please go check that out. They're podcasts that no one else gets to hear. So, if that's something that you're into, please go subscribe to my Patreon. Um, it helps support, that also helps support this channel. As you know by now from previous podcasts, I do have a YouTube channel, Jen Moose. So go check that out after listening to this week's podcast, of course. I am also writing, so if you please go check out my vocal account and follow me there. All of the links will be in the description below if you are listening to this on YouTube. I also have a Facebook page called The Jen Show where I post all of my work from all of my different creator accounts between podcasting, YouTube, and writing. Um, to the Jen Show on Facebook if you would like to go like and follow me there to keep up with all of my um, work. And I'll have all the links posted down below in the description if you're following me on YouTube or listening to the podcast on YouTube. With that said, I with that said, let's get into today's podcast of It's Whatever, right? Today's podcast is the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? That is an interesting question with everything that is happening and going on in today's world. What would be the definition of the meaning of life? I like to be, I'm one of those people where I like to be inside because there's people outside. And now that there's people inside, what would that even mean? What does that mean? So now do I have to go outside? What the fuck? But anyways, what is the meaning of life? Everyone has a different definition or a different meaning to this because everyone has a different destiny, dream, and goals in life. Every person is completely different. My meaning of life is completely different than your meaning of life. It all kind of depends on where you see yourself in 50 years and how you would like to get there. But how you accomplish, or if you accomplish and reach all of these things, is what matters the most. I hear all the time, and I'm also known for this, but everyone has excuses of why they can't accomplish anything. Um, like they don't have time or money or ways to not get things done and where they want to be. I'm not going to go into much detail about that since that is in my motivation podcast, but what would the meaning of life be if you spend your entire life just working and not actually, or just talking about through your entire life of taking random trips to, let's say, across the country, but never do because of X, Y, and Z, then that's not really living your life to the fullest. But in general, my definition of the meaning of life is just saying fuck it and just going for it. Like, I would like to spend my life traveling, and I was one person to spend my time saying, oh, I can't because of XYZ. So this year, I am just gonna say fuck it and just do it. Except then we walked into the year 2020 in this new decade, new year, and the world had decided to 2020 has a virus and decided to send all of us to our bedrooms. And now we're fucking grounded. Till when? I don't know. That would be a very good fucking question to when we are done being grounded, because as human beings, we suck. So, at the bright side, when the government is forcing us to go into hiding and be grounded for like ever, the bright side, I am very good at hiding. Very good at hiding in my room all day. So I am taking advantage of that and continuing creating more content. And I've always had this dream, my version of meaning of life, saying fuck it. I've always had this dream of being able to work for myself and not work for big corporations and companies. I want to be the big boss on top and have my own company, my own line, my own everything. So the fact that the government and the planet has put us on lockdown and grounded us all, I am taking advantage and just saying, okay, at least I can accomplish all that in my bedroom and not be judged for it or disturbed because we're all stuck in our bedrooms. And with what is going on today, I'm, like I said, taking advantage of accomplishing everything. So, in general, just because there is a pandemic going on, it won't stop me from achieving of what I need to do to fulfill my meaning of life. I'm still working on my true meaning of life, but in general, to me, the meaning of life is just living it to the fullest. Um, a lot of people don't know the difference between working and living. In today's society, a lot of people live to work, but in realistically, you don't live to work, you work to live. Does that make sense? You're not here just to work, work, work your entire life. Yeah, you do need to work in order to live, but at the same time, if you have 3 jobs, when are you taking time out of your work life and to enjoy what's in front of you? Because by the time that you are in your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, what are you going, and you're retired, what are you going to say to your grandchildren if you have children in your 70s and 80s and 90s, and they ask you, what have you accomplished in your life? What would your answer be? Is it that you worked 5 jobs in order to survive? Yeah, sometimes you need to work multiple jobs, but at the same time, you also do need to live at some point in your life. It's equal balance. Well, then again, I'm only 26, so what am I really doing or talking about, since considering I'm still working on my true meaning of life, and maybe I won't find this out until I'm like 90 and sitting in my old age, talking to my future generations about what my life was like. And Google's real meaning of life is to pursue human flourishing through communication, understanding, and service. In order to have a meaningful lives, we can also see that certain things will need to be in play. As in, if you want to go for a road trip, then just get off your ass. Stop being so fucking uptight and just go for a road trip, even if it is by yourself. Obviously, not today because we're all on lockdown. Pretty much when we're done being grounded and done being sick, then just say fuck it and go on that road trip you always wanted to take. I was going to, maybe I can, but highly unlikely due to the world being set on fire at the moment, was going to go to the East Coast in mid-April, and I actually have no plan on how that's going to work out. I was literally just going to get off work. I have a whole week off and just get in my car and drive. If I make it to the east coast of the country, then I make it to the east coast of the country. If not, and I get lost, then sweet. I get lost. Probably have my passport in case I end up at the border. Or in the ocean. Or the lake or something. I don't know. I would have seen. But with the pandemic going on, this fucking sucks. And now, the time I actually don't want to be a hermit and want to go outside and get some vitamin D with the sun, nope. Nope. Maybe I jinxed the entire world and now the entire world's sick. Cool. Way to go. But anyways, that is all I have today. Another small short podcast this week. I'm sorry, and maybe next week we'll have something more interesting. I know that the meaning of life, it has its own definition, and each person has technically their own meaning of life. You just gotta get off your ass and find that out yourself. But anyways, thank you for listening to my podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate me. If you're new to the show, hit the like button and share so that others can share the same experience as you. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please comment. Feel free to leave your opinion in the comment section below. Also, if you have any topics you would like to hear, please comment them down below. Thank you. Till next time. Bye.